What do you do right before an interview? Chantel, love that question. Can we give Chantel a $500 course for asking that awesome question? Chantel, I hope that, or it's Chantel Pearson. I'm giving you a $500 program. You could take the job search challenge. You could take the resume writing workshop. You could take the LinkedIn workshop. You just tell me what you need and we will give that to you for free, because that is an awesome question. All right, number one, I have, and you're going to read about this in the new book, I have a pregame that I do before I do any kind of communication. So number one, tip one, is I want you to have a ritual. It's a ritual. Wait, please do me a favor, not to be too melodramatic. Write it down, RITUAL. It's not a routine. A routine is a mechanical thing. A ritual is designed to make you perform better at an elevated level. Some people, let's not quibble. Some people say, I got to go through my routine. They're really going through a ritual. Okay, so I go through a ritual every time we do a live talk. What I was doing actually it was about 10:50 today. So 10 minutes before this started, I sat down on my, over here, you can't see it, but there's a love seat right here. And I sat there and I thought about all of you. And I said, okay, I want to give them the show. They're struggling. The market stinks right now. It's harder than, this job market's hard. And this job market is hard because it's confusing. And like in 2001 and in 2008, like those meltdowns, it was plain as day what was going on. And COVID, that was pretty easy to understand what was happening. This market's totally different. And it's very confusing and they're struggling and they're trying things and they're emotionally breaking down. I'm going to get asked similar questions. I recognize that. I've got, maybe people who've never seen me before. I wonder what drew them to me. I know God brought them to me. And I go through what I call empathy reminders. And so what it does is it intercepts my own automated way of thinking. And the reason that I want to do that is because I don't want to carry into this show anything I'm dealing with. Okay, meaning you don't care about my testimonials of the book, right? That might be fun for you to know, but that should in no way affect my ability to deliver for you. Okay, so what happens is I stop my automated way of thinking and feeling, and I focus on you. And I focus on you, and I do my best, and I'm human, but believe me, this makes it a heck of a lot easier for me to be focused on you when I've just reminded myself for 7 minutes about your situation, not what I'm dealing with or whether I'm tired. Okay. So I get in the frame of mind of I'm walking into an interview. So how does that affect you? I'm walking into an interview. I want you to write this down. I don't know if I'm going to get them all because I'm going to do this off the top of my head and I wasn't prepared to say this. You're going to go into an interview. Okay. What is the absolute best things, outcomes that can happen? Write these down, folks. Number one, what's absolutely going to happen? I'm going to meet somebody, right? 1 person, 2 person, 3 people. Okay. I just increased my network. Don't worry if they give you a job or not. You're going to add them. There's no stopping you. It's inherent. Okay. I'm going to get a chance to practice my communication skills. Boom. Nice. I'm going to get a chance to get feedback, meaning an observation, even if I don't get actual feedback on what I'm doing. I'm going to understand the possible questions I might be asked and answered. I might be able to use that information to then evaluate different ways a future employer could ask me those questions and be ready the next time, if not this time, on how to answer them. Right. Okay. And you can keep going. I get a chance to send a thank you note. What's that? A chance to practice my copywriting, communicating, whatever, right? And I'm making a list of everything that I want as an outcome. And I talked about this the last time we were at live office hours. I said, make a list at all of the benefits and experiences and skills you want to build as a result of having a job search. If you're going to go through the experience, I want you to gain the benefit of the experience, and you are likely going to gain it based on having a list of things you are absolutely certain you're going to learn. I told you about the book, and the book's a year away, and all I did was think about the agony I was going to endure over the course of the year. So if I'm going to go through the pain, I want the gain. So I wrote down all the things I need to learn this year between now and October 6th, and beyond that, of what I'm going to learn through this book effort. I want you to do the same thing for your job searching. And then when you go into an interviewing, that's a microcosm of the overall search. Now, you might have thought I was going to say, oh, prep your stories and this and that. If you're doing that right before the interview, you're totally hosed, okay? I'm not even, let's just not mince words. If that's what you're doing 5 minutes before an interview, you're cooked. You may as well not show up. So I want you to have a ritual where you go in, right frame of mind. These people need me. They have a hole. I can fill it. It's my job to sell them on how I'm going to fix or transform them. That's an opportunity. That is a luxury. That is a gift. Even if you don't think employers are great and they ghost you and all, it doesn't matter. You're there. If you go in thinking this way, look, the universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you who you are. It is an exact reflection of what's going on up here. It doesn't know good or bad. So why not wire it that way? I walk around all day thinking, God, how am I, right? How's everything work out my way? Because at the end of the day, when I reflect, I even write down the stuff that didn't happen. That's a total victory. I didn't get sick. I didn't break anything. My dogs are healthy. My wife's healthy. I got a hot meal coming. I got, those are all wins too. So if you think about this way, I guarantee your results are going to change. Just the stuff around you is going to change. The people are going to feel it. They're going to feel it. Somebody asks, how are you so energetic when you show up on every Thursday? I'm like, I just told you. I love my mission and I practice. I practice being happy. So, I love that.